সম্মানিত সুধীমণ্ডলী, 1972 সালে 13ই মার্চ বাংলাদেশকে একটি স্বাধীন দেশ হিসেবে স্বীকৃতি দেয় সুইজারল্যান্ড। 1972 সালের 21শে আগস্ট বঙ্গবন্ধু সুইজারল্যান্ড সরকারের আতিথেয়তায় জেনেভায় গিয়েছিলেন। উপস্থিত সুধীমণ্ডলী, বাংলাদেশের বন্ধু রাষ্ট্র সুইজারল্যান্ডের পক্ষ থেকে এবারে একটি তথ্যচিত্র প্রদর্শন।
Ami Bangladeshi Switzerlander Hashkit. On this special occasion of the birth centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, I am very happy to give you a little glimpse into my culture. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman once famously said that he envisioned Bangladesh as the Switzerland of the East. That makes me wonder, what was it that made Switzerland so special in his eyes? With my team at the Embassy of Switzerland, we gathered together some short videos with different sides of my country. Maybe, after watching them, you can see what Mujib saw. So let's start with a short animation with some fun facts about Switzerland.
Switzerland is a neutral alpine nation situated in the middle of Europe, comprised of 26 states or cantons. The Swiss Alps formed when the Eurasian and African tectonic plates started colliding up to 65 million years ago. And while the hills might be alive with the sound of Alp horns, at 4,478 metres, the Matterhorn is one of the most photographed mountains in the world. The Swiss Confederation was formally declared in 1848 and has a population of some 8,542,300 people, with a child born every 6 minutes. Emma and Liam were the most popular baby names in 2018. And just for the record, Heidi did not make the list. Switzerland is a direct democracy, meaning that the population get to vote directly on issues that affect them, and has 4 official national languages: German, French, Italian and Romansh. And then there's Swiss German, with words like Röchighersli and Gärsgörchli. At least I think that's how they're said, meaning kitchen cupboard and cheese pie. Renowned for their fondue, chocolate and watches, the finance, pharmaceutical, engineering and biotech sectors are somewhat less cliched, world-class performers. And when you need to set your new Swiss watch, just take a Swiss train. Known to be the most on-time rail network in the world and one of the most expensive, with a 90% reliability rate. The Swiss love their trains and take the highest number of per capita train trips in the world, with an average of 72 rail journeys per year.
We will soon be entering the Gotthard Base Tunnel.
The new Gotthard Tunnel, at 57.09 kilometres, is the world's longest and deepest rail tunnel, costing around 12.5 billion francs. The view inside, not quite as impressive as the distance, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. In 2019, Switzerland came first on the US News and World Report list of best countries, a ranking based on quality of life, innovation, social inclusion, cultural heritage, entrepreneurship, adventure opportunities, and being open for business. And in 2018, Switzerland filed the highest ratio of European patent applications to population, 956 patents per million inhabitants. Not bad for a small country where every second person can play a musical instrument. Einstein, who once worked at the Swiss Patent Office and taught at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zürich, would be proud. Switzerland has had its fair share of the rich and famous who've lived here over the years. Perhaps it was the less taxing lifestyle. Freddie Mercury from Queen lived and recorded in Montreux. Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin, better known as Charlie, lived in Vevey. Audrey Hepburn resided in Toloshana. Phil Collins has a place in Bern, and Grammy Award winner Tina Turner, who's now a Swiss citizen, lives on the lake near Zurich. And then there's the homegrown tennis hero, Roger Federer, winner of the most men's singles Grand Slams ever, with a legendary forehand strong enough to put the holes in Swiss cheese. They don't call him the Federer Express for nothing. So as we say here in Switzerland, Hop Schweiz, Swiss, Svizzera, Svizzera. Enjoy a memorable time, Maze, right here in Switzerland.
Salam alaikum salam. Shobo Shakal Namaste. Amana Corinne. Ami Bangladeshi et Switzerland tout en bachère. Antarctique. Shohogita. Bioshop. Utapaden. As you can see, today for you, I put my national dress on. Anybody who knows Switzerland will straight away recognize it is from my home canton, Canton de Vaud. Switzerland has only 30% of Bangladesh surface. However, we have a diversity of languages, religions, and culture. Let me show you.
Sitzt die liebe Mutter Gottes mit ihrem allerherzliebsten
Ami Thomas, Amader, Dutobasher, Kudnoitik, Bishoyok, Prodam. So Swiss cultural heritage is really a great asset. People all around the world, they love our chocolate, they love our cheese, and of course, our watches as well. But what I find so special about Switzerland is how these traditions and how these cliches, they live and they strive alongside our very dynamic society and our economy, which is actually one of the most innovative in the world. So let's take a look at that part of Switzerland.
Hello, I'm Suzanne. I'm Switzerland Tutabasher Upo Prodan. One of my favorite cities in Switzerland is Geneva. Geneva is beautifully situated at the end of the Lake of Geneva and has attracted a number of important persons over the years. One of these is Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I strongly believe that his visit to Geneva in 1972 influenced his vision for the future of Bangladesh. In spite of being a small city, Geneva is one of the most international cities in the world. And this is due to its large number of international institutions through which Switzerland expresses its values. These values being the culture of dialogue, the willingness to compromise, as well as negotiation and solidarity.
International Geneva is a city of peace. For over 150 years, it's been an inclusive and welcoming Swiss home for a global community of changemakers, striving to make a positive difference in the lives of people around the world.
The International Committee of the Red Cross was founded in Geneva in 1863. And the first international humanitarian treaty, the Geneva Convention for the Protection of Victims of Armed Conflicts, was adopted here in 1864.
Today, the inspiration of that founding legacy continues.
International Geneva is the base for 40 international organizations,
including the European headquarters of the United Nations, the World Health Organization, and CERN, where the World Wide Web was born.
along with over 250 permanent missions and delegations, 400 NGOs, the Maison de la Paix, the House of Peace, and the Think Tank Hub. Organizations motivated by social impact and helping humanity in our ever-changing world. Their efforts recognized by the 18 Nobel Prizes related to International Geneva.
Geneva's neutral and inspiring location make it a renowned host for the facilitation, negotiation, and mediation of important global issues. Issues now enshrined in the UN-led Sustainable Development Goals, transforming our world.
Switzerland, alongside International Geneva, was active in the development of the 17 global goals and is committed to the 2030 agenda. Hosting the international community is a clear priority for both Geneva and Switzerland.
Uniting people from around the world,
Providing an open platform for dialogue
encouraging greater transparency,
and fostering meaningful partnerships between the local community,
companies,
NGOs,
academia,
international organizations,
and governments alike.
International Geneva,
Switzerland's city of peace.
where the world finds solutions.
So what is it? What Mujib could have meant when he said he wanted Bangladesh to become the Switzerland of the East. If you found out, please log on to our Facebook page and share your thoughts with us. If you haven't found out yet, you might want to learn more about Switzerland and its rich and diverse culture. The good news is you can do that right here in Dhaka. You can visit the Swiss Corner at the National Museum of Bangladesh, at the second floor at the World Civilization Gallery. We are looking forward to seeing you there. Amar nam Jana, আমি জুনিয়র প্রফেশনাল অফিসার হিসাবে সুইজারল্যান্ড দূতাবাসে কাজ করছি এবং আপনাদের সবাইকে মুজিব বছর অনেক শুভেচ্ছা জানাই।